Hi, I'm Tabbills, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to survive in the wild. Try to keep up. If you couldn't tell, we're going to be talking about survival games today. Not sure if that was clear. Fuck you.
Nature is the beauty of the world. Sometimes we admire it and other times we destroy it. Frolicking with types of plants, animals, and landscapes galore, I think it's safe to admit that surviving in the wild nowadays is just a bit too hard. Humanity has been given the gift of easy shit to use, and with that easy shit, we can create more shit that becomes, easy to use. That even includes a simulation of surviving in the wild.
So basically what I'm going to try to do is take key points from each game and try to use it to survive out here in the wild. So without further ado, let's jump right into it.
The Forest, for as long as I can remember, was an early access game, but since then it's been fully released, and you know what? I couldn't tell the difference between the two. Since its beta, the Forest really hasn't changed a lot. All the basics are still there, and it left me wondering what was actually changed. The Forest is a game based on surviving in the wild after a plane crashes in the middle of nowhere. What's your motivation for actually surviving? Well, your little shithead of a son was taken from you, so I guess you gotta go save him. You wake up and survive while trying to look for him. The Forest takes such a realistic tone when it's premise. Every tiny thing you do takes up stamina, and you have both a hunger and thirst meter. I remember an actual selling point of the game was that the trees fell like this. And yet it still remains one of the most fleshed out things within this game. I'll admit, crafting things and building stuff in this game is very fun, but only for like 20 minutes and then it gets boring. There are also natives you can fuck with in this middle of nowhere, but that usually spills out a shitty time.
So one thing to remember while you're trying to survive out here in the wild is to always do— oh, look, a native!
Yeah, she just took the kids and fucking left.
It looks like I'm safe.
If there's anything this game gets right, it has to be the sound. While nature can be pretty to look at, the music can be ominous. This game can be scary, and if you take the wrong step, you're gonna get your ass kidnapped. I'm kind of a little baby bitch boy, so playing this game at points was kinda fucked for me. I'm not a fan of dark places, and since I know there are enemies who will kill me, it makes me feel nervous every step of the way. So of course it helps to know that this game also has a VR version to it, and it's probably the worst fucking VR experience I've had. It's so janky, and it doesn't work for the kind of game that The Forest actually is.
But there's nothing virtual about the wild. It's all reality out here, baby. Well, at least you don't need a $6,000 computer to run it. Rust. We're talking about Rust.
Rust is one of those games that no matter how powerful your PC is, it will somehow not fucking work correctly. It's such a graphically demanding game, and when I got it working fine, it somehow lagged OBS more than my actual fucking gameplay. Rust is a game about surviving. You're a naked person on the beach with only a rock and a torch, and you'll need to collect some materials and build yourself a base in order to be the superior. The reason why I say the superior is because this game requires you to join a server in order to interact with other people. This could either be a strong point for Rust or a weak point, because the players around you are either your competition or just simply annoying. You can just be minding your own business and then out of nowhere you'll get a 12-year-old killing you for no reason.
I finally did it! I was able to make a stable enough base to hide all my treasures and finds from even the shittiest of 12-year-old pussies. And even if so, they can't even get through the base, so I am the strongest Rust player alive.
Shit, you fuck! You will legit have a hard time in Rust if you don't know what you're doing. Luckily enough, I am one of those people who don't know what they're doing. While the game tries to help you, there's just not enough to actually survive, since all the people who have already roamed the server looted everything. When I felt like I was actually getting somewhere, my character died of starvation since there was nothing around me to actually harvest for food.
So while the forest environment can be very dangerous, it's nothing like the treacherous wave that is the ocean.
Hey, remember when I played this game and everyone just, fucking loved it? I'm gonna recycle that footage because Steam for some reason says I refunded the game when I remember doing no such thing. Raft is a game about surviving, but this time, you're on the ocean. You're given a 4x4 raft to sit on, but after collecting some shit from a polluted ocean, you can slowly craft new things and eventually expand your 4x4 raft. What makes Raft kinda unique is its setting, as while you're on the ocean, you'll always be in constant movement, and you'll always be able to grab materials in desperate need of them. The more you gather, the more you can better control your boat, and this can lead to finding things like lost treasure and, islands to where you can explore for natural resources. However, every time you leave your boat without an anchor, it might leave you, and that's something that's actually terrifying because everything you worked hard for is gone, and you may be stuck in one place now. The atmosphere of this game is kind of scary on its own. Getting stranded in the ocean is a legitimate fear for many people, and I think that's captured well here. Not to mention there is a dickhead shark with no given fucks, and he will try to break your raft apart. And it hurts. Every time he does it. When starting out, this can be a pain because you'll have no way of defending yourself, but later on you can overcome the fear and actually kill the shark. Raft also handles food and thirst way better than most of the competitors, as water purification is simple to set up and your hunger doesn't deplete at the speed of light. It provides this experience where you're more focused on the situation your character is in rather than the health of your character, and that in and of itself creates a more immersive experience I haven't gotten since Minecraft.
While the ocean can be a very dangerous place, it's almost nothing like the community that is the Minecraft fandom.
It's the eye of the spider, it's poison, it won't bite.
Fuck that shit!
Listen, I gotta knock this one off the list, but Minecraft is much more than a terrible fan base. Even though it's owned by Microsoft now, Minecraft started as an indie game and actually looked like this. Fucking crazy, right? But throughout the years, Minecraft started getting more complex, getting more things added like a health bar, crafting system, hunger, until the point where it's at today. Even before it was bought out, Minecraft was put on fucking everything. Xbox, PlayStation, iPhone, Android, Wii U, DS, Game Boy, my oven, this cup. Wait for it. There it is. I'm taking a look at the PC edition, or Java edition as it's now known because of the fucking stupid Windows 10 thing. Fuck you, Microsoft. I fucking hate that you did that. In the survival mode of Minecraft, your goal is to survive. The way you go about doing this is that you gather materials to build a base, and you can also use those materials to craft tools. With those tools, you can harvest more materials in which you can upgrade your character in order to fight a magical dragon. The way Minecraft goes about this is that it drops you into a world without any explanation as to what to do. After fucking around, you can see you can harvest things by punching them, and that does include trees as well.
Alright, looks like it's time for me to get some wood. Fuck! Oh, why'd I punch it? Fuck!
Minecraft is a hard game to traditionally review because a good Minecraft experience comes from experiencing it. To try and break it down to its core elements would kind of ruin the fun. Minecraft is your kind of game. It can be peaceful with almost no danger, or it can have a lot of adventure and hazard situations. Exploring is kind of dangerous in Minecraft if you don't know what you're doing, but at the same time, you're rewarded by doing so. The more you dig deeper, the more treasures you'll find, literally. Minecraft is also easily moddable. From cosmetics to actual game-changing mechanics, it makes it so anyone can have a unique experience with this game. I haven't played this game in years, and when sitting down to record the gameplay, I was hooked like I used to be, and that's because the game is still being updated and new things are always being added. Stop playing the game for a few years and you'll get a new experience from it.
But while all these games may be unique, there's one thing they all have in common, and that's they're all 3D POV games. What if you were to take these games and make them flat?
While Raft was unique with its setting, Terraria is unique with its presentation. It's fucking 2D sprites instead of low quality models. This makes it so Terraria can run in even the lowest running machines. Does that mean it reflects the quality of the game? Of course not. What are you, fucking stupid? While Terraria is low in specs, it packs a punch with its content. For one, gathering materials and building in Terraria is much more faster than any of the competitors. This means you can get a large sum of materials for building and crafting. And like in Minecraft, Terraria has caverns in which you can find better materials to craft better tools. Terraria starts to become different with its use of RPG elements. While you don't have a level system, things like your health bar and mana can be upgraded by finding things like fallen stars and heart crystals. And like the other games, there are enemies like zombies to defeat during the night.
Well, so far, this seems to be easy. I'm just killing easy Oh, what the fuck is that?
There are some really creepy enemies in Terraria. Some including this bee, this spider, this thing. This can make Terraria go from, oh, what a nice peaceful new world, to, oh my god, what is that? Terraria also comes with some new flavored biomes, with two of them having a key role. One's called the Corruption, and the other's called the Crimson biome. And while they can seem different, the only real difference is the enemy looks and color preference. Do you like purple? Then choose Corruption. Do you like red? Then choose Crimson. Do you have color blindness for both colors? Fuck, dude, I'm sorry to hear that. I could get more into it, but then it'd just be a whole Terraria review, and that's not what this video is about. Plus, Terraria has the same problem as Minecraft, where it's better to just experience the game rather than explain it. I didn't even mention the fuckload of bosses in Terraria, mostly because I fought one and lost to it, and I am way too tired to try again.
And even though I might not want to try again, these worlds will not sit there and collect dust. I will continue to thrive on them and play on them until I get bored, and then I popped back on again like 10 years later or something.
These games, while very different, all have one thing in common. You will eventually move on, but that doesn't mean you're done. Once you return, you get a new experience, one very similar to the first time you played. Each one can vary in that category, so it could be for better or for worse. I legit went into this video not wanting that many footage, as I wanted this to be a small project, but once I loaded up Minecraft again, I just couldn't stop playing. I got more footage than I needed to, and I started a whole new world that I'm still playing to this day. But it wasn't just Minecraft that did that to me, also Terraria got me hooked as well. Each one of these games packs a lot of content, and if I were to do a single video on each one, I would not be getting everything there is to be. I wouldn't be doing them justice, as in order to get a good experience out of each one, you really do have to, well, experience it.
But just like the video games, the wild can be very much the same. As I run through the wild, there's no way I can get everything I want. But at the same time, I have my whole life ahead of me. From now on, I am devoting my life to this new wilderness survival X type thing. And unlike my emo phase of 2009, this is not a phase, but a lifestyle.
Yeah, I got bored.